this session. Nice long stretches, really elongating that core. And then coming to a standing position, alternating, bring the leg up and over, hip opener, over to a side lunge. Really getting that knee up high over to the opposite hip and down over, stepping your hips back. Do one more on each side. And then we're going to come down to a low wide squat. Feet are wide in your hips, toes are slightly turned out, bend your knees down, reach your arms out to the side, reach down, tapping the opposite inside ankle. Keeping it going. Reaching for your ankle, maybe your calf, maybe your knee. Let's do one more on each side. And then from a standing position, shoulders stacked over your hips, arms forward in a windmill motion. And then reverse the direction. Keep it going. Then bring your hands to your hips, probably hinge forward at your waist, just moving your hips. Give yourself a nice big hug and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Whew, the range of motion in my right arm feels so significantly less than my left. All right, just a few more here. And then come on down to a runner's lunge, left leg forward, pressing into that left knee, opening up your right hip. Chest is pressing forward. And then draw your hips back as you straighten that front left leg. Maybe point and flex your toes. Yeah, it has started, Rob. You're not able to see or hear me? Can you hear me? Hey, Rob, welcome back. Can you see and hear me?
Yep, I see you now. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. Gotta love technology.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let's start from the warm up. Make sure everything's nice and warmed up. Reaching long, same arm, same leg, stretching long, opposite direction. Do one more on each side. And then from a standing position, a hip opener over to a side lunge. Chin and chest stays lifted, sticking your bum back. We're getting that knee up over nice and high. Do one more. Coming down to a low wide squat, feet are wide in your hips, toes are slightly turned out, bend your knees, bringing your hips down, reach your arms out to the side, reach down, tapping the opposite inside ankle, reaching for your ankle, your calf, your knee, whatever you can. So for today's class, I'll be using a set of light weights. I might forego the weights. I got a tetanus shot yesterday, so my right arm's a little sore. Stay upright, arms forward in a windmill motion. You can also always use a set of ankle weights throughout the entire duration of class. Go ahead and reverse that direction. Chin and chest stays lifted. Whew. Moving that right arm really hurts. Go ahead and hinge forward at your waist. Give yourself a nice big hug and then squeeze your shoulder blades together as you lift your arms up towards your ceiling. Keep it going. A few more breaths here. And then come on down to a runner's lunge. Left leg forward, pressing into that left knee, opening up your right hip on this side. And then draw your hips back as you straighten that front left leg. Maybe point and flex your left toes. Maybe circle out your ankle, whatever feels good to you. And then gently switching, pressing forward into that right knee, but not letting your right knee past your toes. Chin and chest stays nice and lifted. Go ahead and draw your hip back as you straighten that front right leg. Maybe point and flex. Maybe circle out that ankle. And then come on up to standing. Roll your shoulder blades back. Roll your shoulder blades forward. All right, let's get into our fun workout here. All right, again, so if you're just joining us, no worries whatsoever. Using a set of light weights for today's class. All right, and again, I might forego the weights today. I got a little tetanus shot, so my arm's just slightly sore, but that is okay. So if you're using those weights, go ahead and grab those weights. All right. From a standing position, we're going to go and draw our heels together, toes are apart. Sink your hips down low. One way you can, if you're using them, go ahead and draw your right elbow wide behind your head. We're going to come to standing and just, as you straighten that left leg, draw that left knee up. I'm sorry, as you straighten the left leg, draw the right knee up, right elbow down. So you're trying to tap right elbow to right knee and then drawing your right heel back towards your left, coming back into that first position plie. Left hand just resting on your hip. Elbow stays nice and wide. You do not have to tap elbow to knee, just moving in that direction. Keep it going. You still got a few more seconds here. Right elbow to right knee. Keep it going, keeping it moving. All right. Go ahead and come back to our starting position. Now we have the left house elbow wide behind your head, right hand to your hip. We're going to draw that left knee up, left elbow down. Maybe they tap. They do not have to. As you straighten that right leg, drawing that left knee up, sinking your hips down nice and low, keeping it going. Moving here with control, left elbow to left knee. Almost there. You got it. Moving with control, right hand just resting on your hip. Nice plie squat. Drawing that elbow down, knee up, shoulders are stacked over your hips. A few more just like this. If you're just joining us, no worries. Welcome, welcome. We're just getting started. A set of light weights for your hands. Ankle weights are always optional. Give me one more here. All right. From our wide second position, feet are wide in our hips. Toes are slightly turned out. One weight in each hand. From this position, we're going to come down to a lateral lunge on the right side with a hammer curl and come back up. So deep bend into that right knee, come back to standing. So you're keeping that left knee slightly bent as you straighten the right leg. Slow it down as much as you need to. Palms are facing in towards one another, pressing your bum back towards the wall behind you. Lateral lunge, right knee tracking out over your right toes with a deep bend in your right knee. As you come to standing, straighten that right leg, have a soft bend in that standing left leg. Your core is engaged. Keeping it going, moving with control. Drawing your thumbs towards your shoulders, same thumb, same shoulder. Give me one more. All right, shake it out. Now we're gonna have the palms facing up, and now we're gonna go to the left side. Deep into that left knee, bicep curl. Come to standing as you straighten that left leg. You're gonna bend into that right. So at least one knee is always bent the entire time. Coming back to standing, straighten that left leg. Soft bend in your standing right. As you straighten that right leg, deep bend into that left knee, coming into a lateral lunge. Adding that bicep curl. Chest is lifted, bringing the palms to the same shoulder. Keep it going. Few more just like this. Deep bend into that left side. You got it. Keep it moving. Almost there. Bicep curl. One more. All right, come to standing. We're going to draw our right arm up our left leg outside. You can just rest your left hand to your hip or bring it off to the side. We're going to draw the right hand down, right elbow down, left knee up, crunching. Maybe they tap. They don't have to. You want to straighten that right arm, left leg long in opposite directions. You want to ground through your standing right leg all the way from your big toe to your pinky toe, all the way back towards your heel. Left leg, right arm extends long in opposite directions, just like we did in our warm-up stretch. Keep it going. Crunching down, elbow to knee, knee towards elbow. Maybe they tap, maybe they just come super close. The slower, the better. Keep it going. You lose your balance, that's okay. Just come back into it. Right elbow, left knee. All right, give me one more. Hold that right arm up overhead. Hold that left leg extended out to the side. From here, we're just going to raise and lower that left leg. It doesn't have to be super high. You're working that outer pocket, the outer corner of your left hip. You can have your right arm straight up overhead. You can also bring it out to the side. You can also just bring your hands to your hips. Whatever works for you. Working that outer left pocket. Still grounding through your standing right leg. You can have a micro bend in your standing right knee. That left leg is straighter. That left leg is longer. Stronger point to your toes. Leg raised. Leg lower. Slow and controlled. Your core is engaged. Keep it going. Almost there. Tiny raise, tiny lower. Try to avoid moving your upper body as you lift that leg. So your range of motion might be limited. That is perfectly fine. All right, give me one more. Maybe shake it out. We're still working that left side. One more move here. Hands to your hips. We're going to draw that right leg out in front and then rainbow up and over. So just that left leg is moving. This is the last move on that left side, I promise. And then, of course, to keep everything nice and symmetrical, we're going to do the exact same thing with the right leg. Again, have a micro bend and you're standing right knee. Avoid locking out that knee. That left leg is straight. Keep it going. Full rotation, forwards and backwards. If it's just out to the side just a little bit, that's fine too, drawing little rainbows. And again, your arms can be down to your hips. They can reach up towards the ceiling. If you just joined us, you might have missed my story about getting a tetanus shot in my right arm yesterday, so I'm going to be a little bit lighter on the weights today. Keep it going. Give me one more. Full forward, full back. All right, bring that left leg to meet the right. Whew. Shake it out. All right, now we have the other side. Right hand to your hip, left arm up the diagonal. Right leg extends long to the opposite diagonal. Draw that right knee up, left elbow down. Again, they do not have to tap. You do want them to be moving towards that direction. So maybe about halfway through, you'll get to the point where you're able to tap them through the full stretching motion here. Left arm up the diagonal. Right knee out to the side. Strong point through your right toes. That right leg is straighter. Think take out any little bend that you had just created and your right knee as you draw it up towards your left shoulder, left elbow down, having a micro bend in your standing left leg. Core remains nice and engaged. Keep it going. Strong point through those toes, really grounding through the sole of your left foot, all the way from your big toe to your pinky toe back towards your heel. One more. All right, hold that right leg extended. You can keep your left arm up or down, whatever you prefer. Now we're going to raise and lower that right side. Just the right leg is moving, soft bend, and you're standing left leg. That right leg is straighter. It's working directly out from your hips. We'll add that rotation forwards and backwards next. So you want to look down and just make sure it's working out from your hip. You don't want it to be out in front of you or back to diagonal. Just directly out from your hips, legs straighter. Chest nice and lifted. Relax your shoulders down from your ears. Relax your forehead. It's just Barre. You got this. Keeping that soft bend in your standing left knee. Try to avoid leaning into that left side. That has you working that left side. We're working that side. Let's work the right side. So just the right leg raise and lower. We have those rainbow arches next. All right, one more. All right, from here, leg out from the hip last time. We're gonna roll the leg up, forward, and back. Core remains nice and engaged. You're working that outer hip pocket. It doesn't have to be a super high raise. Keep it going. Little rainbow, forward and backward. Right leg is straighter. Have that soft bend and that standing left knee grounding through your entire left foot. Still going, still moving. You got it. Just the right leg is moving, making that beautiful rainbow arch. Almost there. Core is nice and engaged. Beautiful work. All right, relax that right leg to meet the left. Take it out. Again, you can hold on to the waist. I'm not going to do anything with the arms just yet. From here, we're going to come to a standing position. We're going to step back with the right leg and then draw the right leg up for a passe. So that right knee is out from the hip. Avoid having it forward. You want to have it come out to the side. So just reverse lunge, right knee out to the side. As you draw that right knee out to the side, draw your toes to the inside, maybe your ankle, maybe your calf. You can draw it all the way up to your side. Just avoid placing any weight on the inside of your left knee. Try to face you all as I do this. A little limited on the space, but that's okay. You work with what we got. Reverse lunge to a passe. Right knee out to the side. Keep it going. A few more just like this. Last one. All right. We're going to hold that reverse lunge. So ball of your back right foot is into the floor. Your right knee is stacked directly under your right hip. Your left knee stacked directly over your left ankle. We're going to hinge forward and back to upright. Your front sole of your left foot stays grounded into the earth. Just hinging forward, back to upright. Bringing the focus to your hamstrings versus your glutes. Hamstrings to hinge forward, glutes with an upright. Keep it going. Almost there. Keep it going. Hinge forward. Back to upright. Try to keep those knees nice and bent. Camel to off of your chest. All right, we're gonna hold it upright. We're gonna pulse for 3, 2, and 1. Hold it low. Left heel raise and lower. Pulse it for 3, 2, and 1. Left heel raise and lower. Option here. You can hold on to a bar, a ledge, maybe even just a door frame with your left hand. Pulse 2, 3, hold low, heel lift and lower. Pulse it for 3, 2, and 1. Heel lift and lower. Pulse it for 3, 2, and 1. Heel lift and lower. Keeping those hips nice and low. I tend to not drink water all throughout the day. And when teaching, there's always fun with the dry throat. Pulse it for 3, 2, and 1. Heel lift and lower. Core nice and engaged. Relax your shoulders down from your ears. All right, step that right foot back in line with your left. Maybe shake it out. You guessed it. Now we have the left side. From here, left leg steps back to a lunge. Coming to a casta, so think about keeping that right leg. Maybe it's not directly out to the right unless you have nice hip strength. Maybe it's slightly forward. You just don't want to have that knee directly forward. You want to have that leg out to the side. So reverse lunge to a passe, drawing the left sole of your foot, your left toes, to the inside of your right ankle, maybe your right calf, maybe your right thigh. Just avoid putting any weight, any pressure on that right knee. We only have one set of knees. Want to keep them nice and healthy. Step back, reverse lunge. Left toe to the inside of your right leg, avoiding your knee. One more. All right, we're gonna hold that lunge backwards. So same thing, your front right knee is stacked over your right ankle. Your hip is stacked directly over your back left knee. Hands to your hips. We're gonna hinge forward and upright. Hinge forward, working the thighs. Upright for the glutes. Round to the ball of the back left toes. Entire sole of your right foot is grounded into the floor. Keep it going. Almost there. Chest is lifted. Keeping your shoulders relaxed and maybe scrunch them up and then relax them down. See how it feels nice and different. Keeping your shoulders relaxed. Chin stays lifted off of your chest. A few more here, then we're going to add those 3 pulses in an upright position, holding it low, and raise and lower that front heel. All right, hold it upright. From here, we're going to pulse for 3, 2, and 3. Lift and lower. Pulse it down for 3, 2, and 1. Heel lift and lower. Slow and controlled. Think the slower the better. Relax your shoulders down. You draw your elbows back towards your shoulder blades. Pulse 2 and 1. Heel lift and lower. Pulse it down for 3, 2, and 1. Lift and lower. Again, always an option to also hold on to that sledge, that chair if you have it nearby. Pulse for 3, 2, and 1. Heel lift and lower. Keep it going. Almost there. I know it burns. Do you one more. Pulse it for 3, 2, and 1. Heel lift and lower. Front step the left foot to meet the right. Take it out. All right. Keeping the weights in your hands if you'd like. Come to a wide second feet or wide your hips. Toes turned out. Sink your hips down low. Elbows wide behind your head. Chest is lifted. Tap the right elbow to right thigh. Extend. Draw it in. Come upright. Just to the right side. Right elbow to right thigh or right knee. Right arm extends. Reaching your right fingertips to your right ankle. And then back upright. You want to avoid allowing your left shoulder to fold forward. You want to keep your left shoulder stacked on top of your right as you draw that right elbow to your right knee. Imagining your body is in between 2 pieces of glass and you're only able to move left and right, not forwards and backwards. Keep it going. Give me one more. All right, come back to upright. Hold that wide second, arms out to a T. Lift up to big star. Come back down. So you're getting some movement in those legs. Some movement into those arms. Your palms can be facing down. Your palms can be facing forward. Whatever works for you. As you bend deep into those knees, draw the arms out long in opposite direction of your shoulders. Chest stays lifted. As you straighten your legs, arms come up, drawing your body into an X. Keep it going. We have that left side, and you are going to come down onto the floor. Keep it going. Your core is nice and engaged. Arms to a T. Deep bend in your knees. Legs straight, arms up overhead. Keep it going. Give me one more. All right, hold that bend. Elbows wide behind your head, chest is lifted. Left elbow to left knee, extend and bend. Come back upright. Left elbow to left knee, extend and bend. Now your left elbow does not have to touch your knee. If you're super eager to touch, maybe try sinking your hips lower. Keep it going. As you rotate your left elbow to your left knee, keeping your right shoulder stacked over your left. So avoid coming into a position where you're facing downward. You should always be looking out in front. Core remains nice and engaged, grounding through both of your feet. Just a few more here, just like this. Elbow to knee, left fingertips tap towards your left ankle. Back upright. Beautiful work. Give me one more because it's so much fun. All right. Go ahead and come back to an upright position. From here, we're going to come down and we're going to be in an assisted side plank. So left palm down, left knee down. From here, we're going to extend our top right leg out to the side. You can have your left toes tucked or just relax. From here, we're going to lift that right leg up. So your right elbow wide behind your head. Draw your right knee to your right elbow and extend. Full extension, elbow to knee, and then kicking straight up. So you're keeping that top right leg hovering. Again, your elbow does not have to tap your knee. You do want to move in that direction. So think about drawing your knee up towards your chest. Your elbow down towards your knee. Maybe reach for your toes. If the knee is super easy, you can keep those right toes flexed, pointed. Your core is nice and engaged. Elbow to knee, full extension back. Keeping it going. Left knee, left wrist pointed into the earth. Right elbow stays wide. Extend, draw it in. Keeping it going. All right, go ahead and release that right leg down to the floor. Maybe bump your hips up for a nice stretch. You can just release your right hand down to your right hip with that right leg straight. Toes are tapping the floor. We're just gonna raise and lower. Working the inner and outer thighs. Working that outer pocket of our right hip. You can also always come and bring a block, maybe a pillow underneath your left wrist if you like a little bit more support. Keep it going. Left wrist, left knee grounded into the floor. Top right leg is straight. Toes pointed or flexed. Just raise and lower. Controlled movement. Keeping it going. Raise and lower. Just a few more just like this. All right, go ahead and hold that right leg back to the floor. I might regret this. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. It already hurts. Right arm up towards the ceiling. We're going to reach under and through that left side body. Whew. All right, keeping it going. Reaching further under. Nice back stretch. So you want to think about as you reach under, not only reaching further under towards the left side, but think about cinching your waist as you twist under. So you're working both obliques and you're stretching by bringing that right fingertip up towards the ceiling. Twisting your body as if it's a sponge, trying to get every little drop of water out. Reach under and through. Right arm up to the ceiling. That right foot can stay planted into the floor. Keep it going. You got it. Give me one more. All right. Reach that right arm back up. We're going to go ahead and set that block off to the side. coming all the way down to the floor. Bringing your left forearm down, your hips down. You can bring your hands to your hip or elbow wide. And we're just going to do hip lift, raise and lower. So you can stack or stagger your feet and your knees. Just raising and lower. Working into the obliques just a little bit more because it's so much fun. Keep it going. Raise and lower. Still going. Still moving. Almost there. Keeping it moving. Raise and lower. All right, give me one more. Go ahead and roll onto your stomach, propping yourself up with your forearms. Your feet are hip width apart and parallel. Palms are facing down, coming into Sphinx pose. Your chest is lifted. We're going to draw right heel to the right glute and extend. Left heel to left glute and extend. So you're really working your core here. You're working your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, while stretching everything at the same time. Maybe try to gaze up. Nice. Final stretch here. Keep your core nice and tight. So think about pressing your hip bones further into the floor, drawing your navel into your spine, slow and controlled, alternating, bringing your heel towards your glutes. It doesn't have to tap. Keep it going, but of course if it does, that's okay. It's a little bit more bendy and stretchy. Keep it going. Same heel towards the same glute and extend. All right, finish up where you're at the set. And now we have the other side coming into an assisted side plank. You can bring that block or a pillow with you. This time, right wrist down, right knee down. We're going to extend that left leg long. Draw your left elbow wide behind your head. Lift that left leg, point or flex the left toe. Draw the elbow down, knee up, and extend. Crunching here, working those abs. You can have your right toes tucked or flat on the floor, whatever you prefer. Core is nice and engaged. Full extension here. Stacking your shoulders on top of each other as you raise the elbow up. Leg extends long in opposite directions. Crunching the elbow down as you draw the left knee towards the left shoulder. Still going. Still moving. Almost there. From here, go ahead and rest that left leg down. You can bring your left hand to your hip or keep it behind your head or up towards the ceiling. Straight left leg. We're going to raise and lower. So your right palm and your right knee stay planted into the floor. You can also bring a block or, a block or a pillow underneath your right wrist if you would like. You want to have your right wrist stacked directly underneath your shoulder to avoid having your arm out long, avoid having it close in towards your leg, not forwards, not backwards, stacked directly underneath. So maybe look down towards your right wrist. Keep it going, just raise and lower. We have this left arm reach up and under. Coming up next, that left leg is straighter. Maybe point or flex your left toes. Just raising and lowering out directly behind you as if you're standing. Go ahead and keep the left toes lowered. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Reach left arm under and through. Nice spinal stretch. Left arm reaches up, under and through. Not sure if you all can hear my back tacking every time I reach under. Again, it's a very nice spinal stretch, but the focus here, aside from the stretch, is always fantastic. You want to think about really engaging that core, squeezing out all of that water from that sponge, the sponge being your core. Keep it going, drawing your navel deep into your spine. Working those deep abs here. Reach under and through, and then up. Keep it going. Almost there. Reach under and through, and then up. One more. Under and through. Reach up if you have that blocker pillow. Just set it off to the side. We're going to come down onto our forearm, releasing your right hip down, right forearm down. Knees can be bent, left elbow wide, feet staggered or stacked. We can raise and lower the hips. Core is nice and engaged here. Just raising and lowering. Slow and controlled. Keeping it going. Your hips do not have to come super high. Just pressing with your lower right hip up towards the ceiling. Maybe it lifts an inch or two off the floor. Maybe it lifts 5 inches off the floor. Doing whatever you can today. Just a raise and lower. Still going. Still moving. Almost there. Give me one more. All right, go ahead and release back down onto your stomach, coming back to that Sphinx pose. From here, forearms are facing down. Your feet are hip width apart and parallel, palms are facing down, chest is lifted. Draw both heels to your glutes and extend. So we have a double heel tap. You're keeping your thighs and your knees down to the floor, just lifting your heels towards your glutes. They don't have to tap, but of course if they do, that's okay too. Keep it going. Heels towards glutes and then extend. Almost there. Slow and controlled. Exhaling as you draw the heels in. Inhaling as you extend the legs out long. Think about drawing your navel into your spine. Hips are pressed into the floor. Maybe lifting your chest higher, gaze up towards the ceiling. Maybe looking for that back wall behind you. All right, go ahead and give me one more wherever you're at. Go ahead and release your toes down. Press up onto your wrists. We're going to come into a high plank. So your wrists are stacked directly underneath your shoulders. We're going to pike our hips up. Come back to high plank and down to your forearms. Press your hips up to a pike. Release down. Press up to a high plank. Hips pike up. Back down to a high plank. Opposite arm lowers first. Find a low plank. Hips lift. Hips lower. Back up to high plank. Hips lift. Hips lower. Come down to low plank. Lift and lower. Give me one more here. Hips lift. Hips lower. Opposite arm comes down first. Forearm plank. Hips lift. Hips lower, back up to high plank. Go ahead and release your knees down. Maybe move your hips from side to side. All right, we're gonna come laying onto our left side here. Left forearm. We're gonna draw our legs to a diamond. So your legs are lifted, even your bottom lower left leg. Right elbow wide behind your head. We're gonna crunch knee to elbow and then extend. Do you all see a theme today? Elbow to knee. Yes, we're doing all the fun things. Diamond legs, side lane frog, but we're adding in that elbow. So you want to think about drawing your right knee up towards your right shoulder, your right elbow down, your left forearm stays grounded, your left hip planted into the floor. You can place a pillow under your hips if you like. Keep it going. Full extend, full bend. Not quite sure where time goes, but it flies when you're having fun. All right, quickly switch sides. Coming onto the right forearm this time. Legs lift, knees bend, left elbow wide. Draw knees to elbow and extend. Keep it going. I have so many other fun things for us to do. I guess I'll have to wait till next week. No worries. We'll get to it next week. Draw the left knee up, left elbow down. Think about drawing your left shoulder, your left knee toward your left shoulder. Core is nice and engaged. Keep it going. Almost there. Still going. Still moving. Almost there. Give me one more. All right, go ahead and roll onto your back. Come onto your forearm. From here, legs to a tabletop. Right leg extend, straight hover, raise, and lower. Draw knees to the chest. Right leg extend to a hover, raise, and lower. Knees to a tabletop. Right leg extends to a hover, raise and lower. Draw knees back to the chest. Left leg extends to a hover, raise and lower. Keeping it going. Alternating right to left, left to right. Your core stays engaged. Keeping it going, slow and controlled. Almost there. Keeping it going. Almost there. You got it. Keeping it going. Let's do one more on each side, only because it's so much fun. Leg raise lower, knee to a tabletop, left leg. Last time. All right, go ahead and draw the legs down, releasing the soles of your feet into the floor, bringing the soles of your feet wider than your hips, toes are turned out, palms by your side. We have a glute bridge, raise and lower. Working your gluteus maximus, the outermost part of your glute. Working the outer hip area, just raise and lower. Palms are facing down by your hips. As you raise your hips, keep your knees wide. Avoid coming to a knock knee position. Hips raise and lower. From here, hold the hips lifted, knees are wide. Go ahead and pulse the knees out, tiny little pulses. Working those outer glutes even more. One last time, this is it. Activate your core, squeeze your glutes. Draw your navel into your spine while simultaneously pressing your hips higher up. Avoid coming into a full bridge or a wheel. Your shoulders are grounded into the earth. Just your hips are lifted up. Knees are tracking out over your toes, and then tiny little presses open from there. Keep it going. Little presses open. Give it 10 more. That's 9. That's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Draw your knees into your chest. I like to count slow for anything. One of my favorite yoga teachers, she would count on a plank. She's like, oh, we're going to hold it for 10. It was more like 10 minutes. So I'm not that cool. Just keep your knees into your chest. Go ahead and draw your legs up towards the ceiling. Reach for your toes. Maybe point, flex. Maybe circle out your ankles. Of course, switching direction. And then draw your knees back into your chest. Grabbing a hold beneath your knees. Maybe on your thighs. Rock and roll yourself a few times along your spine before coming up to a seated position. Let's come into a quick stretch. Extend your right leg long. Draw your left sole of your foot into the inside of your right leg. Right arm comes to the inside of your right leg. Left arm reaches up overhead. Chin and chest stays lifted. Stretching those obliques that you just worked so hard for the last 45 minutes. Left hand comes down, framing your right leg nose to knee, heart to thigh. Maybe bringing your forehead, your nose, or your chin towards your knee. Gently releasing it slowly. Extend your left leg, draw slowly right foot to the inside of your left leg. Left arm comes to the inside of your left leg. Right arm reaches. Oof. I forgot how much shots hurt. Just keeping your chest nice and lifted. On your next exhale, gently fold down, framing your left leg, bringing your nose to knee, heart to thigh. Same thing here, maybe drawing your chin, your nose, or your forehead down towards your knee. Challenge yourself, nice lower back stretch. Gently fold up slowly. Draw the soles of your feet together for butterfly. Staying up nice and tall, maybe scooting yourself closer towards your heels. Maybe roll your neck side to side. Okay, your chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. Draw chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder. And then come on to standing for one final stretch. So you're widen your hips. Reach your arms down and out. One more. Fantastic work. Thank you so very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to drink plenty of water. Stretch as much as you need to. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Rob.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Thank you, you too, Rob. Thank you, Sarah.